Okay, I'm trying out life with a tripod today. Hopefully minimize some of the shakiness in my camera work. I am looking to get a new camera. This camera is no longer supported by the maker and runs out of battery in about 15 minutes, and then you have to recharge it and can't get a new battery for it and blah blah blah. So anyway, I'm growing some tomatoes, and they've been stunted a bit because it's been cold and dark for about a week now, and of course they don't like that. They've been in the garage for one night because we had a freeze. And let's see here, still learning how to use a tripod here, so forgive me, but they're hanging in there, which is more than I can say for the peppers, which are over here. They haven't gone to their second seeds yet, which is concerning. And but of course they like heat. Peppers like to grow in the heat, and they haven't been getting it. So, and over here, let's see if I can focus. It's a little hard to tell what I'm looking at here. Goodness gracious. Okay. Still don't see it. Alright. Well, anyway, I might take it off the tripod. I can't find where I'm pointing. Okay. Pumpkins. There are pumpkins. They did come up in the garage. They've been sitting in there for about a week. All of the cargos came up, and all of the Racer Plus, and all of the Big Moon, and Wonder of Wonders, one of the Amish Pie. If you ever buy those, lousy germination. So just be warned. This is my third packet, and it's my first germination. So, yeah, not a real reliable seed. Okay, over here, there we go. We got some teeny tiny little, you can see them there, teeny tiny little carrots coming up. And over here, I had given up on these potatoes. I had two different potatoes in this potato bed, but they're coming up. These are purple potatoes. I forgot the exact name. And they are pushing through finally. These are red potatoes over here, and they've been up for some time. Come on. Yeah, this makes it really difficult to focus. Come on, potatoes, potatoes. There's one. Okay. And I got radishes. These were just regular radishes, but they were pelleted seed. And my problem with radishes is that the seeds are so tiny that you plant them, and then you have to spend the next 3 years like thinning them out. Drives me crazy. Not my favorite thing. Okay. Oh, here's our poor little tomato plant. Let's see if I can focus in on it. Driving me crazy here. Okay. All right. That is Sweet 100 cherry tomato. I got it for free, and I planted it. And it's had some rough weather, so it's not doing really well right now. The color's not good, but I'm hoping it'll pick up as the weather warms up. We have 2 more cold nights coming, and then I think we'll be okay. And over here we have, oh, Excuse me, my knees are so sore. A lot of creeping Charlie. And onions. Yeah, I bought a big bag of onions and onion sets, and they are coming up. They don't mind the cold weather, and neither do the radishes or the potatoes. Hasn't been freezing, but it almost got to freezing the other night, and I ran out and put a paper bag over that one little tomato plant. But this is not a tomato's favorite weather, so it's not happy right now. Alright, let's see if I can get... Yeah, there's another onion. Those are red onions. I like them because they're not so sharp tasting. They're good for salads. And let's see what else I got. Whoops. Very much on a learning curve with this tripod here. Okay. There we go. Those are Canterbury bells. The seeds are about the size of powder, and it's impossible. It's really, they grow so closely together, it's impossible to thin them. So I'm just letting nature do the work. They seem pretty happy where they are, so. And this is Music Box. Let's see if I can back out a little bit. Whoa, I went forward. There we go, Music Box. My new rose. Sprouting very nicely. And let's see here. A lot of bishop's weed or goutweed, whatever you like to call it. It's not going to be here long. It's hard to get rid of. Someone had planted it here as a ground cover, and that's kind of a mean thing to do because it takes over and it's hard to get rid of. And here's a white lily of the valley that I planted, and it actually came up, which makes me happy. Let's see here, point there right at... Here's another one that's not doing quite as well. And over here, something that makes me really happy. This is a pink lily of the valley, and it's actually sprouting. Yay! I've been wanting these for years and never, because I didn't have my own garden, I had nowhere to put them. And tried them last year when I moved here, and they didn't come up. And I'm trying them again. That one came up. This one I don't think is going to come up. It looks kind of rotted. And there's another one that did come up. Right there. So we may have some pink lily of the valley. And over here, some more white lily of the valley. Hard to believe, but eventually these will fill in the whole area. And there's a trillium that I had bought last year, and it's the only one that lived. I bought 3, and just have that one left. And my rhododendrons, I'm not too proud of those. They're not doing very well. Here's one of my roses that's supposed to grow well in the shade. Kind of being heavily shaded right now by a ouch, ow, darn it, bleeding heart. Excuse me, thorn in my finger. And as soon as the bleeding heart is no longer blooming, I will deal with this situation. But the rose doesn't seem too unhappy. It's actually probably keeping the rabbits away from it. The rabbits really like this rose for some reason. And over there is an oak leaf hydrangea, which I had given up for dead, and then it started to sprout from the bottom. I didn't know they sprout from the bottom. I thought they were more like a bush. But here's another one that's sprouting from the bottom. And excuse me. And in the middle of all that, those weeds, it's actually a ground cover. There's another one that's sprouting. And this one was sprouting, and then I thought it was dead actually, and I pulled it up. and found out it was still alive. And there is a sprout way at the bottom. It is hard to see it, but it's right there. So I'm gonna let it grow. And here, this one is sprouting at the bottom. So we're gonna have some hydrangeas eventually. And over here is Harry, my contorted filbert. Harry Lauder's walking stick, I think they're called. And Harry's doing quite well. Almost up over the barrier. I have to leave it in a barrier because the rabbits like it. They will chew all the leaves off. So Harry is picking up, and pretty soon, well, a couple of years, we'll take that barrier down because the rabbits won't be able to reach the leaves. There we go. Little crazy rose bush there. And over here we got another new rose. This one's Bellaroma. I have to back off a little bit here. And Bellaroma is sprouting. Not as well as some of the others, but it's doing okay. Brand new, so I won't panic just yet. Here is Heritage, which is alive on one side, but not the other. In my experience, when roses do that, they only last about another year. So I have to make plans next year to replace that rose. And over here, we have Camelot. Camelot was a cheapie, just like Heritage, but Camelot so far is it's sprouting very well. So hopefully we'll have some nice flowers from it. It's a Zone 6B rose, and we're in 5B, so I'm going to have to protect it. That probably was a problem with Heritage too. I'll have to look that up. Okay, so it's been cold, like I said, so we don't have any progress like we would like to see, but it's only early May, so I will keep you posted. And that's all for this week. I'll see you next time.